And here are a couple images of Osiris. Right here is a wood Osiris from 715 to 30 BC. And you can see the arm pose. Right here is the mushroom cap, and his body is the base and the stem. Right here as well, you can see the mushroom cap shape, and also we see black dots all over a red background right here. So this is from the Egyptian Book of the Dead from 1000 BC. I believe this is Anubis, and he is a jackal-headed deity. He's holding this person by the body, and the body of this person has a mushroom occulted in it, right in the middle. And the way that you can see that this is the occulted mushroom, one of the ways, is that his hand, one of his hands is right here on the mushroom, and the other hand is coming around the body, and it's holding the mushroom base right down here. So there's the cap of the mushroom, and you can see all the gills and striations, and there's the stem. Now I wonder how many people recognize that King Tut was actually a mushroom. This is the pharaoh from Egypt, and you can't really see it so much when he's looking at you from the face, but when you turn it around on the back, that definitely shows the mushroom, the distinctive mushroom shape, and all the gills right there. So it seems to me that this is a mushroom design right here. The mushroom design of the Egyptian pharaoh and the headdress becomes a little bit more apparent when we look at this Egyptian polychrome wood mummy mask from 1292 to 944 BC. All around the head right here, that is definitely the mushroom ridging. And down here we can see this middle section becomes the stem. That's very clear. It's really cool. From the Karnak temple in Egypt, these are giant mushroom pillars. And this is a giant mushroom pillar is what you're looking at right here. This is the underside of some of these mushroom pillars where we can see the gills or the striations right here. And on this one, you actually see next to those gills some mushrooms growing up right here. And this is definitely Kneph right here from 100 to 600 AD. I really like this one a lot. This shows the serpent right here with the mushroom cap head, and also the enlightenment right here, the halo all around the head. So that's the enlightened serpent, but showing the enlightened serpent as a mushroom as well. This is a Greek Mycenaean gold foil mask from the 16th century BC, and the central face on this mask right here has a mushroom for forehead. There's the base and the stem, and there's the ridging all around there, and there's the cap of the mushroom. So this is just, a very good example of the way that mushroom symbolism was disguised and occulted in the face of figures. And we're going to see a lot more imagery like this in the future. This is an Etruscan antefix from 500 BC, and it's like a mask of some sort. And as you can see, there's the mushroom shape right here. As well, there are horns right here on this figure. So he has the horns, he has the mushroom shape, and this becomes more and more obvious. Here is an Etruscan bronze, and this shows a soldier holding a shield. And the shield is what we just saw. This is the double mushroom, or the double axe shape. So we have the double axe shape as a shield as well, which is just more confirmation that the mushroom is the chief source of the symbolism here. This is from 100 BC to 100 AD. So we see the plume up here and the ridging all along the plume. The plume also has the mushroom shape. So these are just, the early Etruscans were the original Romans, and they were coexisted around the same time as the Greek people at the same area, and as well as the Hebrew people also in Canaan. But all of this was happening around the same time. The Hebrews, the Greeks, the Romans were all being influenced very heavily by the mushroom. This is a Greek tribal issue from Thrace, and it shows what is supposed to be the Gorgon head right here. So they say that this is a Gorgon head, and this is from 480 to 380 BC approximately. The Gorgon head, of course, is Medusa. Medusa is one of the Gorgons. So what I find interesting is that in the tale with Perseus, when he slays Medusa, what he's doing is he's harvesting and cutting the mushroom head off. And when we see some of the imagery, we'll see some more of that. But it's very interesting that they call this a gorgon head right here, because this is clearly a mushroom. And in this comparison example with another coin from Mesembria in Thrace from the same time period, 400 BC, down here, the same type of character shape of the head that you see over here is now on a face, and that face has the mushroom cap ridging all along the head right here. And we can see that same ridging over here on the back side on the reverse of the coin. So that's why, this is the reason I speculate that the shape of our coins came from the mushroom cap shape, and the ridging that we see on the edges of the coins came from the mushroom cap as well. Now on this coin, like we saw on the Persian coins earlier, we saw some of the headdresses, the caps on the hats that they're wearing. In this case, there's bumps on this person's hat right here that make it look like an Amanita mushroom cap. And over here, this is a Bactrian coin, Indo-Greek coin from 155 to 130 BC. And this is supposed to be Athena, and I guess this is before they turned her into a warrior goddess. So here, well, we can see the original version of Athena. All of the male pantheon, all the gods were originally goddesses. Everything was originally earth and nature, and eventually these mythologies spun off different stories and characteristics and stuff, and then we started to have a lot more male deities. But originally they were not, they were mushroom deities, and they turned them, the patriarchy turned them into war deities. So Athena here, she's supposed to be a warrior goddess, and she holds a spear and a shield, but she's not holding a spear and a shield in this early Greek coin. She's holding a thunderbolt right here. This is a thunderbolt, and we'll see some better examples soon. And the shield that she's holding in her hand is a mushroom cap right here. It just forms the base of this mushroom, but there's some double imagery going on right here. And what's really being revealed is a mushroom goddess. This is another example. This one's from 155 to 130 BC. Again, there's the mushroom cap on the hat right here. And over here, it's a little bit more clear. Athena here has a thunderbolt in her hand. That is the Vajra, the thunderbolt. And over here, it's even more defined as a mushroom cap, because you can see these, all the scabs on the cap right here. This is a coin from Sicily. It shows the thunderbolt from 415 BC. And I showed this example so that you can see that the thunderbolt here has wings, and the thunderbolt actually doubles as an angel. So this is actually an angel right here, and it has wings. And in addition to that, it also doubles as an eagle. So sometimes when we see the eagle, it has the serpents in its claws, or it has arrows in its claws, or it has a thunderbolt in its claws. And they're all symbols for the mushroom. A Greek coin of Ptolemy II from Alexandria from 266 BC. And here the eagle is holding the thunderbolt in his claws. In this example right here, laureate, head of Zeus, right, eagle with spread wings standing on a thunderbolt, 200 to 175 BC. So what they're saying right here, this is a group of arrows. And they're saying that this group of arrows is the thunderbolt. So the arrows are the same as the thunderbolt. In this coin comparison, we can see that the thunderbolt and the arrows are the same. Right here's a thunderbolt, and right here is a group of arrows. And right here, the eagle is holding the thunderbolt, and right here, the eagle is holding a group of arrows, usually in sets of 3. The back of this coin is Nike walking, and like I said earlier, Nike is an angel, and angels are all mushrooms, and angels all have one leg. And in this case, you'll see Nike's skirt right here makes up a mushroom cap shape, and her one leg coming down right here is the mushroom stem. So we'll see another couple examples as well. Now the coin that I was just showing you with the lion's mane, the face, So this one right here is a Gorgon's head. It's described as a Gorgon's head, and that's what this is supposed to be. Right here is Nike striding right, holding a long palm branch over her shoulder. And this is Nike right here, the angel of victory. And here is her mushroom cap, skirt, and her one leg coming up right here. That's a very good example of Nike as a mushroom goddess. We saw an image earlier of Hecate on an amulet where she had 3 mushrooms on top of her head. Here are another couple instances of Hecate as a mushroom goddess. Right here she has 3 heads, and she actually has a giant mushroom cap right here, and then there's the stem or the base coming down as distinctively different design right there in the middle of her skirt. So she's a triple mushroom goddess right here, and right here she has 3 faces, and she has a big mushroom on top of her head right here. And in this case, this doesn't look so much like a modius, but it really looks like a mushroom. This is from Roman, from 200 to 300 AD. I'm not positive of the date of this. So this is a sign of Asclepius. It's the caduceus, and we're going to be seeing several versions of the caduceus. In this instance, it looks a lot more like a mushroom with the cap upturned, and the serpent here seems to be drinking from the cap, and this is a symbol for medicine here. So this is the mushroom as a symbol for medicine. Here's another Asclepius symbol of the caduceus, from an Asclepion at Domitian Square in Ephesus, Turkey from 100 AD. And in this case, you can see the gills, the striations of the cap of the mushroom all along here. The serpent, once again, is wrapped around it, and in this case, there's more of a defining mushroom symbolism. So here's a good example that confirms what I was saying about the phallic imagery and symbolism, and this is Priapus from its Roman era, and you can see there is some phallic imagery here, but realistically it's doubling as symbolism for the mushroom. Here's the mushroom cap right here, that's the ridging all along the cap, there's the mushroom cap right there, and that's just the stem of the mushroom. So this is just another way of portraying the mushroom, and this came about much more during the later Greek and early Roman period. So here's some more evidence that Bacchus and Dionysus and all of these phallic deities were really mushroom deities. There aren't too many images or depictions of Bacchus or Dionysus in the ancient world, but this one right here is Roman Bacchus from 200 to 300 AD, and you can see the single foot right here, and that's all there really is, and that's the mushroom stem, of course, and this draping of the skirt right here forms the mushroom cap. And this is just more evidence that these phallic deities that we're looking at are ultimately mushroom deities. We've now seen this with Priapus, we've seen it with Bacchus, and that's all we're looking at. Symbolism with Aphrodite here is much more apparent. So this is from the Museum of Anatolian Civilizations in Ankara, and all around Aphrodite's head are the gills and the mushroom cap right here. Now, of course, you could say that that's solar rays, but then we would be associating Aphrodite with the sun, and I don't think she's ever been really associated with the sun. That is a mushroom cap right there, and she is a mushroom goddess. And as well, right here, more like in the style of Tibet or Jain culture or Gandhara, we see Aphrodite as a mushroom goddess. There's the mushroom cap, and she's the stem. This is Roman from 100 to 200 AD.